This week's chapter of My Hero actually has some really emotional value to this one, and a lot of that has to do with Deku of people. Like, I was honestly expecting it to be like more about Mirio or some of the other characters kind of like after the resolution of what we had just recently with Night Eye, but what Deku actually kind of offered in this chapter, I'm not gonna lie, was pretty emotional to see what like he's willing to do to kind of like, he feels the entire blame being upon himself, and it's like, I need to make up with this. But there's some little catching up to do that we have to do with the League of Villains, because whilst everything that was happening with like Overhaul and Deku, Gran Torino seemed to be doing some stuff of his own, and that was apprehending kind of an important member of the League of Villains, and that was Kurogiri. Like, immediately whilst this was happening, they got some like witness reports apparently that Kurogiri was like going through this location in the forest, and it was like, oh yeah, like he immediately apprehended him, and it was like, okay, look, just restrain him right now, because like we need to do something, because he can clearly teleport and, you know, and get open gates around both his head, his hands. Like, we need to be careful about that. But unfortunately, this was a plan around the plan, because it's like there were rumors that ruffians have been appearing here of late and all that. You say you're not aware, Gran Torino, and it's just like, you know what, like Master, like Awful One, he had this already under lock. Like, he was like, look, he knew that in case something happened to him, he was like, look, you know, you're the only one that I can actually trust to protect Shigaraki. I need you to do this. You can rely on this man as well. This is the only person that I wholeheartedly put my trust into. And it's like, you know, the interesting thing is that Shigaraki was not the only one that like All For One was cultivating, that he was trying to make his own. You know, like he has one other like faithful servant, and it's this giant monster from what we saw, and it's like, what the fuck is that thing? And apparently it's called Gigantomachia. Like, I'm like, what's a boss character doing here? It looks like something out of a Final Fantasy game, or like Star Ocean or some shit. It's like, what's this giant ass monster doing here? Like, or like Titan, like from here. And yeah, so now we have to see like what the was happening with Gran Torino, because it cuts immediately to the following morning. So we don't know what happened to him and all the other people around him. So if anything, Gran Torino is going to be coming out like bloodied and like messed up. If anything, he's like, all right, look, I'm not as not young as I used to be, but fuck that. Fuck what I just went through. And that's even the case. If he gets captured, then that's an entire problem right there, because that's already something falling into like All For One's hands. So like immediately, like with the following day, we get to hear straight up, like Deku here straight up on the news that, oh, guess what? You know, after everything and all that, like, you know, we had some issues with Overhaul, like he got attacked, and pretty much like it was a failure entirely on the police, and you see him like taking heavy criticism about this, and I'm like, oh, you should have fucking knew this is gonna happen, you fucking idiots. Like, you should have knew something was not that, like honestly, I was like, oh my god, fuck you. Like, the police in this universe, for the most part, are shit. Apart from that one detective dude that's alright, like, there's like, the fucking, when it comes to like normal detective agency stuff, or like whenever it comes just to the police in general, all of them just seem shit for the most part. And it's just like, again, it's like, everything we just did just felt like for nothing. And it's just like, and Deku, at the end of it, it's like, I just want to see Eri. Like, at the end of the day and all that, I need to just check that. And it's like, look, like, as we get to see, it's like, you know, like, you being here ain't gonna change anything, kid. Like, you know, you need to leave her in the, like, capable hands. And it's just like, alright then, I'm at least just gonna go and see, like, Mirio. I'm just gonna at least see, you know, give him my regards and all that. And it's just like, just watch my stuff, Lily. And he's like, look, no, it's not the best time. And he's just like there doing like a fucking bicycle movement on his legs. He's like, hey-oh! Like, he's like, sup man, like, what's going on? Like, just look at me and all that. Like, they wanted to keep an eye on me for another day since everyone else is going, but look at me, I'm in top shape, man. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to fall. I'm like, oh, I love you. I absolutely love you, Mirio. You're a riot. You're an absolute riot. And I'm just like, this guy, like, with his Mickey Mouse face, I'm like, yeah, I love you, man. You keep doing you, because clearly he's the one that took the most out of all this, because he lost his quirk. So they want to keep an eye and see if anything can be done about that. And it's just like, the fact how he's acting about it as well was one thing is like what I really liked about this character. He's like, look, I lost my quirk. Night Eye's gone. I've got absolutely nothing to smile about right now. And you can see him gritting a little bit through this, but he's like, after everything, you know, even through like Night Eye acted the way he did towards you, he smiled quite a lot when he was talking with me. Like, so you're not gonna catch me crying about this situation. I'm gonna become an outstanding hero for him. Like, and it's like, and if I'm wearing like a glum face out of him and all that, then you know that'd be much harder and airy too. I need to work on this, man. And it's just like, and what Deku did through this is like, you lost your quirk, you still protected her all on your own, even without it. But compared to that, I was the one that saved, like, I was saved by Eri, and I was supposed to be protecting her, and I was even saved by teachers. Like what? And he just said this straight here, and I'm like, what would happen if I gave you my quirk because you were originally the successor? And he went, nah, I don't want it. Like, I don't want your quirk. And I was like, that would be interesting if, like, Deku went back, like, I didn't think it would happen at all, but I was like, what if, like, if Mirio took it up on him? Like, it's like, like, I wonder, like, that'd be an interesting what if, like, it happened on there, and, like, Deku finds his own way to fight. Like, you know, that would be kind of interesting. It's like, you know, I may have lost this, but I still got this training out of it. Like, he's still extremely ripped and trained. It's like, he could do like, I'm going to train and I'm going to actually do my own ways of doing this. But, of course, you couldn't have that because then you take the main protagonist out of the series. And that's what a lot of people, you know, see the series for. And they'll be like, still, that'd be cool. But it's like, if anything, it's like, you know, if like, even if the sake of argument, something like that was possible and all that, and I were to agree and all that, then you're the one that's going to be in the hardship right there. It's like, you did great back there, Deku. You're a hero out of this and all that, and it's like, immediately and all that, like, yesterday I was talking to Eraser about it, and he said that, you know, down the road, if she gains, like, control over her quirk, that he would ask me to return, like, to a state where I still had it. Like, that may be, like kind of theoretically possible with this and all that. I'm fine and all that. I've just got like, well, at the end of the day, I've just got like Night Eye's foresight on my side. So just, you know, just keep it up, kid, and all that. And I liked it that All Might was there as well. Like, he was just there in the back listening to this, and it's just like, in the day, they understood and all that, is that, you know, he had to take a leave of absence just to make sure and all that he's okay. And how the chapter ends just ends really weirdly. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love the panel, but it just ends fucking weird, where it's just like, it comes like out of like, it's Bakugo at like Todoroki just there, and it's like, look, it's time for our like provisional license course and all that, and he's just like, he's there like looking at like Todoroki like the fucking Yakuza style. He's like, walk behind me, you ass, like that. I'm like, the fuck? And that's where you end the chapter. It's like such a weird way like to end it. I felt like it was a real good chapter, but I'm not gonna lie, it was just weird. Like, there was supposed to be another panel or something of like Deku going, you know, like, oh, Bakugo, Shigaraki, like, you know, like, it's so anime, I know, but it's like, I mean, we're reading manga right now, for fuck's sake, but it felt like it should have been that, and that shouldn't be the stinger for the ending of the chapter or anything. So overall, I enjoyed it, and like, if anything and all that, these chapters have been a little bit slow, but then again, it's been more world building, it's been more character, especially Mirio. Like, it's a character that, you know, when we first got introduced to the, like, the big three, I'm like, look at this Mickey Mouse motherfucker, look at it. Like, am I supposed to take this man serious? Am I supposed to? And then, yeah, he out of everything out of the Overhaul arc, which I've said my piece on, he came out one of the best characters out of there. Same thing with Red Riot, and a lot of the characters, like, same thing with Sun Eater as well. I always forget his name, like, Takami or whatever his name is, but it's like, Sun Eater came out really strong out of that arc, and same thing with Mirio, so I really hope that the other one, Nijire, like, is like, maybe gets a little bit more time to shine in, like, future on, because she was the only one that was like, she didn't get too much, like, time to shine in that arc, so it was like, out of all the big three and all that, I kind of wanted her to get a little bit more now. So overall, and now that we get to see, you know, like, I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate my boy Bakugo being back there, and, like, and especially with the video game coming out soon and all that. Well, what we got, One's Justice, that's supposed to be coming out sometime next year. We're gonna be hearing a little bit about that in the following weeks. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I might main Bakugo. I'm not gonna lie here. I might take him in. Stain, I'm curious if there's going to be like a tag team game, if there's going to be anything about the Storm ones, like what they're going to be doing with it. But even still, like, I am very much looking forward to it, and I think especially with like we have such a huge cast of characters now, and I'm wondering, could they go up to here? Like, would they, do you think they would actually go up to the only thing they might go up to Season 3 material, but the safest route is that they're just going to go up to Season 2, which is fine. You're going to have a big cast of characters. We already know that Shigaraki's going to be in the game, so already we're getting, like, past, like, a good chunk of material. So overall, I think this was a pretty good chapter of, like, Academia. If anything, yeah, it felt a little bit low, and I felt like the ending stinger was a little weird, if anything, but I think definitely it, like, I'm not gonna lie, I always kind of, like, if anything in manga, I kind of wish they didn't, like, kind of the end, like, they had, like, a what-if kind of, like, thing, where it's like, what if, like, you know, Deku actually gave Mirio, like, his powers, and, like, would be there with, like, a non-powered Deku for a while, and, like, get see Mirio's, like, kind of take on everything. I think that would have been cool, but, like, then again, you can't have the main protagonist out for a while, but overall, pretty goddamn decent chapter. But that's all from me. Thank you as always for watching, though, and I'll see you guys, though, next time.